there's just two real important issues, and you're the most important person to talk about them with. So just give me a second here. So I'm on with Alina and Peter, so I got to click there. There we are. All right, now I'm going to share my screen and see if it crashes my computer. Okay, so far so good. All right, so what we're going to do is I'm going to show you this intermediate page. So I have it installed on this, this thousands a week from a home domain. I have a bunch of domains, too, that I want to use strategically. Oh, by the way, everybody who's hearing the webinar, Rob Tepper here. This is the MOBE Brain Trust Management meeting. But we're starting out with the first few minutes. I'm working with Alina and Peter, and I'm going to show them how to do an intermediate page where we can keep track of, hey, Alina, can you, I'm going to have to send Rob Harris the link. Hold on a second. He's not that, oh, he's in his car. So how can I best do that? 1 second. I'm going to pause the recording because nobody needs to deal with that. So 1 second. He's the guy you talked to last week who lives in New York, my former business partner, and he's my computer's overloaded, like to hide all webcams and stop sharing your webcam. Yes. Sam doesn't need to see me this time. You guys don't need to see me. Yeah, I mean, I think it's just time to get myself an updated computer. It's been a couple years. I know that you'll never get another computer, Peter, and that's okay. Okay, I think my computer might actually be starting to respond again, so I can do what I'm trying to do here. Oh, not responding. Nice. No, I usually restart my computer every 2 days or so. Right now it's day 3, but I've been pretty focused. I haven't had that many windows open for the last couple of days, but you can see it's starting to get really slow. But I'm connected to GoToWebinar by phone, and all right, so I was okay, it's actually going to respond. So as soon as it does, this will just take a minute. And I'm here. So all I'm going to show is this intermediate page where we're going to put our tracking pixel. And Sam, I don't know how you do it, and you might have a better way. So it is good for you to take a look at this. And I'll unmute you in a minute, but if you have anything, you can put it in the chat box if you're worried that you might forget it. I like this GoToMeeting format. It's pretty easy to manage everybody. Okay, cool. And my computer is still pretty slow. I should close some more things. Why do I have iTunes open? That's not smart. That's all over. Always up to no good, that kid. My computer is just responding very, very slowly, and it's unfortunate. I can probably, let's see, I could probably do it better on my Mac. Maybe I should join you there. But then I can't share my screen with Sam. I still haven't gotten GoToWebinar working on my MacBook Pro with them. It's always something. Technology hates me. And I think, I think I do pretty well with it. I can work around most things. Probably Sam is the same way. We can work around all these little issues, but they're just a pain in the butt. I would love to have my own IT person to just be around all the time and just take care of these little things. Probably handle a lot of it with a virtual person. Just people you can. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing my screen with you guys until I do this, and then I'll start sharing again. There we go. Now this will just take a second now. I've just been waiting to be able to do this. Now I did it on my screen, and it'll take 1 more minute. I'll send you a link in Skype, and you'll see what I mean. And what this link will do is this link will draw for a minute, and then it'll go to another page. I know. I'm going to give you the link. Okay. Sam, take a look. All right, I'm going to give you guys a brief look, and at the same time, I'll just give you the link, and you'll see what I mean. It's actually functional. Let's see where it goes. It still goes down. This is exciting, really. All right, you are now empowered. I'm going to change that link so it actually goes to the right place, and then take a look at where it goes now, and then I'm going to change it, and then I think Sam would appreciate this. It's more than a pop-up. What are you talking about? See, this is the URL, right here. This is all, if we just change this, so I'm going to do that. Do you see my screen? No? Hold on. No, all I'm going to do right now is that I'm going to go back and I'm going to get the right link, which is going to be easy to find as soon as I just click on the right thing here. Let's see. It's not there. It's not there. Excuse me? Yeah, it goes to I Am Letter after, but I'm going to change that right now just so you can see. We're going to change it to the Home Business Summit page. Right? Right now it's going right to Matt's Home Business Summit page at that point. It's going to the sales page. We're going to go to this page first and set how much time we stay there and what you give them and what you tell them, why they would stay. So that's a great opportunity to just do a little bit more of your storytelling and use your talent. But I knew about this in the beginning, but I did not want to talk about this because it's not something that's essential. I mean, people are doing way less than what you're already doing. By the way, do you see my screen here? This is not what I was going to show you, but it just happens to be on my screen while I was looking for the link that I want to put in here. So here's the link. You're not seeing it, but I'm seeing it. I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to replace the I Am Letter, and then you can refresh your page as soon as I do it. So in order to do that, let me go back. Editing this page. This is some people asked me to be in with them, and I was, at that time, I was thinking that Matt Lloyd's offer was the best thing around, so I convinced them, and we all did it together. So we had a rotator for 4 of us, and, it didn't make us any money, but it was a good experience, and I got to know a couple people better, and I learned about this, and I helped everybody else on the team to create their squeeze pages, and all in all, it was good, but we didn't make any money. Just chalked it up to more experience. So what I'm doing here, Lena, is editing this, which is, if my computer wasn't so slow, it would take a millisecond. But I'm just taking out the link that's in there. This is essentially, this is the forwarding link right here. Okay, give me a second. I'm gonna have to unshare and then share, and you'll see this, and then we'll be done. And then I'm going to go and meet with Sam so he can get on with his day. So 7 a.m. Yeah. Yes, he can. Here, let me unmute him. Hold on. He might be off doing. He might just have fallen back asleep. Who knows? Because I haven't. But it was his choice. I actually asked him what times would be best for him, and he said it could be either for the next 2 hours between 7 and 9 his time, and the other time for him was 9 to 11 p.m. But for me, that's 6 to 8 a.m., and that is not for me. That is not exactly. That's shortly after I go to sleep.
Well, Rob, if you would go to bed at a decent hour, you could get up at 6 a.m.
I know. I've just gotten into this habit of talking to people in the middle of the night, and just there's always so much to do, and I'm awake. I've never been a morning person.
Well, are you going to miss the morning sessions at the event, or are you going to get up?
Oh, no, that's not too early for me, but I'm talking about, Sam says, from 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. my time, and that's just a little too early. I could do 8 start at 8. That's kind of the earliest, but I won't be up until 4 a.m. at the event. I am not, and I've never been had this kind of hours, and I have no problem switching on a dime. So let's just finish up this one thing. I'm glad you're here, Jeff. I didn't realize you arrived. Sam, were you able to hear Alina, and were you able to hear everything going on?
Yes, I have been. Hello, beautiful people, and it's great to be having you on the line.
Oh, they can't hear you. So, hey, Peter and Alina. Peter and Alina. So Sam and Jeff can hear you because you're broadcasting online, but you can't hear them because I've got them on my phone on my headset. So let's just finish up. I'll let you guys go.
Okay, cool.
Huh? Yeah, I'm just finishing up with them, but I thought that you guys would be interested in this. So, Alina, can you see what's on the screen now? Oh, I shared it again. Okay, let me try one last time. Otherwise, I'll just do it, and I'll show you the place later. It is being recorded here, but I have to share screens. Start. What about now? Now you see it? So now I'm going to just change the link, and this is the rotator link. So every time you click on this, it's going to go to different person's link. And then I'm going to click on update, and then you can, as soon as it does it, you can refresh your screen, and I'll put it here in the message, but I'll put that link in the message box too, which is this page. I'll refresh it. This is for tracking opt-ins when people actually give their email address automatically. And we could make this page, go so fast that they would never see it. So when we redraw, when I refresh this page, it should not be this way anymore. Although this has already been forwarded, so I don't want to refresh this page. I have to go to the page that I gave you the link for. So let me just click on. Now you and Alina can talk about the details when we get off here. I just wanted to show you the mechanics of it right now and set it up so that it's going to the right place, because that's kind of an interesting thing to understand. But I don't want to, if you choose to make it invisible and that's also something Sam can contribute to. My computer's just too slow to make this a reasonable demonstration. But if I can refresh my screen, let's see if this works and you can still see it. Oh, no, it's not. Sorry, that's the wrong link. I just said that. I've got to do it from. Yeah, this will go to the autoresponder that's associated with this demographic that clicked on the link in the first place. This comes up if they opt in. This only comes up if they opt in. If they try to leave without opting in, then it goes directly to the event sales page. We don't want, that's not considered an opt-in, right? So basically when they leave, the exit pop is what it's called, is that, and Facebook doesn't allow that, by the way, so we won't use that in Facebook, and that's where, you know, media buying, we have to be careful because they have their own different rules. But that's one of the main rules, is that you can't have exit pop-ups, and you can't force people to go any place that they didn't intentionally want to go. But okay, so this is what I've been trying to show you. Let's see if it works, and then I'll let you guys go. So first it goes here, you set the timer, and then after it's done, oh, this is using optimized press, so I'm not sure if we have to change the code at all. This is taking a little too long. Ooh, that's not good. All right, anyway, you know, Alina, I'll let you go. We'll talk later. Okay, all you have to think about is what words would be on and how long it would be there, and I'll work with you on the rest. It's very, very easy. Let me just show you on the screen one time. Peter, I'm not so concerned if you don't understand it because Alina can explain it. I just want to make sure that I'm being clear about it. So let me just try and share my screen one more time. Tell me if you can see my screen, Alina. Yes or no? Yes?
Yeah.
Okay, so basically, I'll just explain it to you, Alina. Just close your eyes and let me explain it. So they've been on this page that you have been working on, that you figured out how to edit the HTML code, and they put their email address in. And when they do that, the next place that they go, the way that it's set up now, and everything we've talked about until today, the next place they go is to the sales page, in this case for the event, and the other place they would go is to an MTTV sales page, my top tier business, you know, the $49, 21 step. That is the two places that we're going to take traffic to. So your message is over at that point. Normally, nobody would do anything else besides what I just explained. You got the squeeze page and then what's called the thank you page. That's what we've known. That's going to go, and there's people that are sending just to the sales page without ever going to a squeeze page. There's people sending all their traffic right to that sales page, and if people don't buy, they lose everything. What we're doing is we're having them opt in first, then we're taking them to the sales page. And what I'm saying is that this page that I'm showing you is an intermediate page that goes between the two. And the only reason that we're putting it there, the main reason we're putting it there, that we have to put it there, is because we can't put a tracking pixel on Matt Lloyd's sales page. If we could, we would put the tracking pixel right there. But we don't have access to that, so we have to work around it. This is a workaround. So we have this other page. The only reason we have to have it is to have the tracking pixel. We could make it like an instantaneous. It just goes there, flashes, you never even see it. Or you could use it to send a further message, and people won't really be able to stop it because it's got this timer countdown, and they're going to eventually get to the next page. Then they can X out of it. But by then, they're also in your autoresponder, and that's when you can start the follow-up sequence. I also found out one last thing that's very important that most of you probably don't know about this get response autoresponder I'm using. I knew from a very good person that I like a lot that get response has this feature that allows you to do 2 messages a day. I told you guys that before. But when I went to do it, I realized that that's not exactly what it allows you to do. It allows you to set the number of hours between the message that you just sent and the next message. So you can send a message, and then you can send the next one 4 hours later. And then when you go to set up the next message, it gives you the same choice again. Hours, days. You can set up your messages hours later. So it's really cool. And I'm not using that right now, but think about that also. This is just, these are like the super advanced ninja things that people just don't even know. But we know them. We're playing with other people's money. We have to do the best that we can. And this is all just not all that hard once you know that you can do it. And I realize that there's one other area here that you guys probably wouldn't miss if I didn't put it on here, but while I'm thinking about it, this is traffic exchanges. All right, I'm gonna let you guys go, Lena and Peter. But traffic exchanges goes, if Peter, you don't even know what those are yet, probably, so it's not important. Right. Because we're going to be working on it. We're going to be working on all of these because this is free traffic. Why would we not? That is the decision that I will leave to you and Alina to make recommendations. It is a judgment call, and the reason why most people you're right. So we could make it invisible really quick. So play around with that, and I'll catch up with you guys after this meeting. Thank you. Bye. Okay, so I would have ended this earlier, guys, but I thought that you're both unmuted. I thought it was something that Sam might get a lot out of, and then Jeff joined, and you know, all this stuff I'm happy to share with everybody. But while you see my screen, you see this G-Recorder call recorded. So this is a cool tool that I found accidentally, but I really like it. So it records every Skype call, and then I can not save it if I don't want it. Like, there's no reason to save that call because it doesn't save the screen. But I've saved some really good stuff, and it costs like $30 or $20 to own it. Sam, think about other things that should go here. All right, so let me tell you guys what I never gave Rob Harris the information, so let me give him the information and get him on the line. I apologize.
Nice to get this right there.
One second. It won't be very long. There's really just two main topics, and I just need a second because I'm not so good at multitasking when I'm trying to write messages. So let me copy this information so I can send it to my buddy Rob. I wanted to do a mind map for tonight to share with you guys, but it's really pretty simple. Okay, Rob is still available, so I'm gonna send this email to him. Okay, so Rob Harris will be here in a second, and he and I talked earlier. So I'll tell you a couple things that are not relevant to that. Jeff, the bank account is now open. What I want to do is I want to spend a half an hour with you and go through all of the people one by one and hand off with you exactly, you know, what the status of everybody is, who's paid what, and then we'll get everything transferred into the right account. Rob, is that you? I heard it. I heard somebody come on, but it doesn't show that there's anybody else here. So anyway, so the other thing that we're still working on is merchant account, and I'll hand that all off to you. I would like to get access to that online accounting system if we can do multi-user, and maybe you can train me if you've already spent some time and save me some time, or just give me a link for the tutorials. But
you should have gotten an email telling you that you had access.
I don't recall getting that. Let me take a quick look.
From the system, from Xero.
What's the name of the name of the tool?
Xero, Xero.
I probably did.
It may have gone into the 165 spam emails you have.
That could be, but that this finds spam too. So I got this account from you. MOBE Brain Trust was. I guess this is what you were talking about.
Yeah, looks like it.
So it doesn't show that Rob is here on the call. Oh, this is nice. Create Xero login. So you're happy with it so far?
It'll use your email address and then you create your login.
Right. So you're happy with it so far?
Yeah, but I'm ready to input some stuff, so that's why I need.
Yeah, I'm ready to give you everything to input.
And the bank account number, because it'll automatically input everything in the bank.
I can give you that information as soon as we finish this meeting. I'm trying to wait a minute or two for Rob Harris. I'm not sure why he's not here. It's weird because something beeped in right after I gave him the number, but I'm not seeing his name.
I didn't hear a beep.
Okay. So while we're waiting for him, let me see where my folder is. Have you used Wells Fargo? Do you have any issues with Wells Fargo?
No, no. I mean, it's just one of those big banks that aren't very friendly, but it's fine. And
yeah, I mean, I've been at this particular branch for a while, so it's all about the personal relationship, and I haven't done anything to damage it, so it made it relatively easy to open up another account like this. And they suggested having a separate merchant account, so we're working on that.
That's fine.
Rob, are you there?
Just do it.
Rob Harris?
He's very happy. Everyone's very happy. My hope is happy.
No, that sounds like Sam. So let's wait for Sam to say that he's 100% here, and then the three of us can start. Let me see what happened to Rob Harris. I don't know if I left my Wells Fargo folder in my car, but I don't see it here right this second, Jeff. So, but we can, if you're around and you want, we can do that right after this meeting. I'll hand everything off to you as soon as you're ready.
Let me take a 2-second break for a second. I need to get something. I'll be right
back.
Sure.
Yep.
I'll let you know when I'm done.
Okay. Sam? Sam?
Yeah.
Sam. Hey, buddy. So Jeff just stepped away for a second. I'm not sure why Rob Harris is not on yet. I'd like to give him another minute.
Good to be talking to you, Rob. Hopefully you're sleeping sometime.
Yeah, I didn't sleep that much last night, but usually I sleep just enough.
Well, you're out there making this thing happen, and when you've got an opportunity, you just got to grab it while it's there.
It is exciting.
It is, absolutely.
I really want to share
I know
this
I've never been part of something this big.
You've already been building a community yourself, and I just want to make sure that the vision that I'm starting to develop is synergistic with what you're doing, and I think the idea is that we've got 25 people in this group that over time will have the opportunity to do what you're doing, or they'll find other specific reasons to build a community. And what we want to do is to still include them and to find ways that as you and they are doing that, the people that you bring in would feel like they're welcome, even though we have this exclusive 25 group of 25 that we will keep it about the size. I'm hearing feedback. I think it's, I can mute you, but I would like to keep somebody unmuted. Jeff, are you back? Jeff's not back, and Rob's not here. Oh, but he did say got it. So
okay, Rob. Rob,
you're
I'm
here,
back.
Jeff? Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. And Rob says he got the email, but he doesn't seem to be on. This will be good to know. But I am now seeing 3 out of 26, so we know the 26 now is the magic number for the license that I have for GoToMeeting. That's why I was thinking maybe when I saw 26 that other people were on the phone, but no, we can see everybody.
Do you hear that? Do you hear that beeping noise?
Am I? No, I'm not. But I'm going to mute everybody in a second. I'm waiting to hear back from Rob Harris. He's typing to me now. And I asked him if he's on, because we should see him on here. All I see is the two of you. So anyway, let's talk about one thing that Rob, I don't think, even needs to hear about in detail, because I've already suggested it to him. But one of the two topics, there's two topics that I want to talk about. One is the vision of where we're headed with this MOBE Brain Trust and how it fits in with everything else that you're all doing, hopefully. And if it's not, now's the time that we can listen and we can try to make the improvements that we need so that it will be. But I have had a bunch of ideas, and with the event coming up next weekend, and there's going to be 4 of us there, I think it's important for us as a team to know and to be in agreement about where we're going, because hopefully we'll have 50 to 150 people at this event, and they're going to want to know, what is this MOBE Brain Trust thing, and how does it fit in with Sam's team? So I would like to, is that no noise? I'll put my earphones on, no noise. Rob Harris still hasn't shown up, but hold on, let me finish this. I don't know if you have this tool, Jeff. I'm sure Sam has something like it, but I couldn't live without a tool like this RoboForm. There's just 5 or 6 of them out there. All right, great. I'll do this later, but now we're connected there. I like it. So what I was saying is that in a company, and if we were a traditional company, it's actually a little early to even tell anybody what the vision is, because people might steal it, and because people might miscommunicate it, and because there's always people that are out to hurt you. But this is different, and the timing, again, I didn't plan for this to happen at the same time that there's an event coming up in San Diego, but because there is, it's an important issue to resolve, and I don't think that it's a very complicated issue, thanks to Matt Lloyd, thanks to our knowledge, thanks to the power team that we have. So again, I don't know why Rob is not on the line. He says, getting on in a minute, still taking, okay. All right, good. So he's coming on. So I just want to share with you guys what I'm thinking, and I want to give you guys a chance to give me feedback now and over the next 24 hours. That's why I'm recording this. And hopefully, unless we find that there's some major differences that we need to work out, hopefully we can communicate that with everybody else tomorrow night. So I'll start with issue number 2 while Rob is not here, because again, it's not the vision. The second issue is how we compensate people for the effort and the work that they put in that goes towards the brain trust, because essentially we are the brain trust. We are, in my, the way that it has evolved, is this is much more of a mastermind team that happens to have co-op online co-op of 30K that we're going to be doing some very, very cool stuff with. Now we've got we're going to experimenting with other things, and we'll continue experimenting. But people, as you've seen, there's people like Jeff, for example, who have a lot of time willing to put into this. And as much as I appreciate it and I love the utopian idea of it, I don't expect anything from people that I wouldn't expect that I wouldn't do myself. So I like barter. I've always liked barter, and I think that clicks is the perfect currency. So I propose to you guys that we will have this barter currency, and we will pay people for their services. There will be two different ways that we'll pay people. And again, this is just my idea. I've never seen it done this way, and it's just it's just a win-win. So my idea is, one is a standard. It's pay per hour, and I think everybody on this team is worth a lot. So I think that 100 clicks per hour is a good number. Now, based on what we're doing, that could be $2 if we get 2 cent Facebook clicks, and it could be, it could be $200. I mean, let's see, 100 times $1.50, which is Matt's price, so it could be $150 an hour. So you're getting paid between $2 an hour and $150 an hour. But 100 clicks is 100 clicks, and I think that it's pretty, it's more like average price, 50 cents a click, right? So you're getting paid $50 an hour, so nobody feels like they are not getting paid for their efforts. Now, that's one way. That's the standard way where you're just doing normal stuff. But then there's the not so normal stuff, and it might even happen that you're, doing the day-to-day, and you come up with this great epiphany that is worth so much that you think, I should go off and do this myself, or that, this is worth more than 100 clicks, or whatever. And so for that, my idea is that you would either nominate yourself. We'll have this form where you basically say, here's what I did, or here's what I'm going to do, and here's how many clicks it's worth. But it's all clicks is the barter currency. Or you could be nominated for people that just go above and beyond. They might even be outside of the co-op, and we can say, what they did, they spent 10 minutes, but that's worth 50 clicks. And then the management team will decide, and if there's a reason, we'll give the person who submitted this claim the opportunity to present it live to the management team. And I think these things will just work themselves out. In general, people will be very happy with 100 clicks an hour. You spend 15 minutes. You want your 25 clicks, just put in, we'll create a form. You can just submit that, and we will deliver that. And it's up to us in the accounting side of things to make sure that we don't give away more clicks than we can pay for. And other than that, I think it's just a win-win all the way around. So any input, any feedback or thoughts on that, guys? Everybody's unmuted. So that is my idea for barter.
Yo.
Rob?
Yeah, I'm on.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting. So people that are on here on the phone do not show up. So everybody that we see on the screen here is not the complete list. So that's good to know. From now on, we need to make sure we ask who's on the phone. So, Rob, we have Jeff Ackerman and Sam here with us.
But hold
Jeff
on.
from Costa Rica and Sam from Perth, Australia.
Okay, hold on now. 1 second. Just, just good. Go ahead. I'm just trying to do something here. Go ahead.
I think that if you press the audio control, then you'll show up. Although I'm not sure how you would show up because you didn't put your name in anywhere, did you?
I'm doing it now.
Oh, I see. Okay, cool. All right, so we were just finishing up. Thanks, everybody. So Sam and Jeff, any feedback? The last comment I have is no noise.
Okay, Rob, can you hear me?
I can, and Rob Harris has arrived. We can see his name now that I see that he's just showing up on the phone. So I'm going to mute him, and I'm going to mute Jeff, and you can speak.
Oh, okay. So I think I've already shared my views on the whole. I think it was 1,000 charity clicks or whatever. I personally just don't feel comfortable with somebody, saying they're in the hard spots and they need 1,000 clicks. And I don't know how other people feel about that, or people wanting to go ahead and do that. I mean, the reason we're we're doing this is to help people who really want to do something with their business. And if they need to do it, then there's more than enough free traffic methods to do that. However, I mean,
Okay.
I'm sure there should be a way that look, if someone was down and they're already been a part of the co-op, like these people would have proven themselves. Maybe we can do like a click banking system where out of their we can pay ahead for their clicks, and out of their profits we take that back, that type of thing. But just giving people clicks, unless they've proven themselves. That's
okay.
my
So just to clarify, yes.
Why don't we just pay for their license if they can't afford it?
Well, hold on for 1 second. We're talking about two different things. So I'm going to leave you both unmuted, but let me just have the floor for a second because, Sam,
Yep, sure.
you're addressing a different issue. So we have, of the management fee, of the 20% management fee, what I had proposed originally in the document that everybody agreed to was that we would give $1,000 to somebody in need. So let me just show that page real quick. And that is what Sam is talking about. That is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the work that's going on right now towards designing squeeze pages, designing the autoresponder messages, coming up with copy, putting in time, that if people put in hours and they are actually part of our brain trust. We don't have anybody outside, but outside contractors, of course, we're going to pay in dollars. But I'm talking about just people that are inside that, they would basically submit an invoice. We would have to approve it. It's not going to be that we're going to just be paying people randomly. We're going to only be paying for things that are approved, but we're going to be paying in clicks. So that go into the traffic co-op. They go into the online co-op. They don't take anything away from anybody else. You'll still get exactly the dollars worth that you get. That will come
I get that.
from the management fee.
Okay.
Okay, so just to show you the other issue, and I completely agree that this was also just an idea. Some people like it, some people don't, and we haven't done anything with it. What we'll do for the moment is we'll put the $1,000 a month into an escrow, or basically I'd like Jeff to keep this separate until we decide what to do with it. Or we could, for now, we could just divide it. I mean, it's up to me, I guess, because it's up to us as a management team to decide what we do with it. But what I was going to say is, did I put that on here? Maybe I took it off. We will allocate one share each month to someone with financial hardship. So this is what you're talking about, and that we selected a team. And I agree that we're not ready to do this, and we may choose to not do it at all. But Rob Harris, I'm not sure if you remember this, but we directed people from the webinar to to go to this page, which is called MOBE Traffic Co-op and Brain Trust Overview. And on there's this one sentence. It says, included in the 20% management fee, we will allocate one share each month equals $1,000 a month to someone with the financial hardship that we select as a team. And Sam is saying that he doesn't agree, and I think that's fine, and we don't need to talk about that now except to agree that we'll make that decision later, and for now we'll just put that 1K aside. But what I was talking about is different. I was talking about Barter. I was talking about the people like Liz and Alina and Peter who are putting in time right now, and they're not expecting anything, but at the same time, they're doing amazing work. Yeah, I'm talking about Barter. I'm saying, if they're putting in a few hours, I would love to just give them clicks for their time rather than paying them. It's just a win-win, because if they wind up getting, MTTB sales that turn into license rate sales, it's just a beautiful thing. Sam, okay. Rob Harris, okay. So, Sam, you understand now? Jeff, any input? Sam likes it. And by the way, you don't have to absolutely like it. That's why I wanted to do this now. You have 26 hours from now, and I'm happy to talk to you guys all together or individually. I'm going to unmute Jeff. I thought everybody was unmuted. Hold on a second. You're the only one who's muted. All right, now you're unmuted. I'm going to mute the other guys. Hold on. All right, it's just you, Jeff.
Okay, I have a question. What would you estimate the number of clicks based on the work that's been done that you would be giving out right now?
Well, first of all, we don't have to give anything for the past, but I would say that if we gave clicks for everything so far, I mean, Peter is the biggest unknown because he's this creative guy, but he's not expecting anything, and he's in the paid co-op. Alina's not expecting anything, but I would say for Alina, if she got paid for 3 hours, so, 300 clicks, and if, let's see, who else we're talking about? Alina and Peter and Liz with her input, which hasn't taken a lot of time, but it's been incredibly valuable. I mean, so far, that's pretty much it. There's nobody else that has had to really get out of their comfort zone yet, and neither of them have complained, but I'm just thinking, this is a great way to make them not ever resent it. The last thing I want is for people to be putting in the time and then to feel like, they're putting in more than they're getting. This way they're getting it on the front end, and if it's a creative genius and they say, I'm worth more than 100 clicks an hour, well, fine, justify it either on the front end or the back end. But I think Peter is not expecting anything. And something like this, it would probably just be a great bonus for him, and I don't think that he would bill, every minute that he put in. But if he bills it, it's clicks. Clicks or hugs in our co-op. So that's kind of how I see it. Let me unmute you again, Jeff. All right.
Okay. Well, I'm basically okay with the proposal. I was just curious as to how many clicks you think would be given away, because some of these people have been spending a lot of time working on this stuff.
It's only a couple people. It really has been mostly pretty easy stuff, and a lot of conversation time with Rob Harris, and work time has mostly been me and Alina and Peter. So, and this is some of the toughest stuff, but the other thing that's going on right now is Regina. Regina is doing work on the media buying, and I wanted to incentivize her. So I think that she'll put in a couple of hours, and I know that she would resent it. She's a very busy person if she's doing this and she's not getting anything out of it. So I like the idea of being able to reward her.
Oh, quiet. I got that. Sam said he's okay with it. I said I'm okay with it. But I want to address Sam's issue, if I could, the original issue. I initially asked you about, questioned you about giving away $1,000, but the thought occurred to me, I think if we want to do something like that, there's a much better way to do it, and that is to make it as a loan. And you don't have to give $1,000 to one person. You could break it up and give it to more than one person. There are these companies that are making small loans in these underdeveloped countries.
Yeah,
to
micro
people
loans.
who are starting to.
Great idea.
And I think that's a much better approach, and we can recoup our income by taking some percentage of the income that they earn off of the money that we've loaned them to invest in the co-op.
So I think we can talk about that next week, but I like that kind of thinking, and I'm totally in favor of it. And Sam, any ideas that you have? But let me put it this way. I'm not going to take it out for myself. We'll use it one way or another for the co-op. So, and that's the other thing that I'm willing to commit to. I've said it before on a call, and it's just the way that I see it, is that I don't see any reason why we can't add more money to the co-op, and I don't want to change the 20% fee, but I'm not going to increase my fee. So everything above, we will figure out as a co-op what we do. Maybe we will use it for branding ourselves. Maybe we'll put it all back into clicks that we'll distribute proportionally to, it gives us options. But I want to be completely transparent from, all the way through this, and I don't want to worry about whether, as we grow, that there's people making a lot of money on the co-op, because the idea is not to make money on the co-op or the brain trust. This is just our way to create a community. So with that said, it's already been an hour for you guys. So let me finish this other part, or at least present it. Jeff, I'll leave you unmuted. So if if you have any issues, you can, anybody has issues and I'm not paying attention. So I'll caveat this by saying that Rob Harris, who I have tremendous respect for, is an outsider to the internet marketing industry, and he's a fast learner, so he's up to speed in most ways. But you know, I've been at it for a little longer, and he hasn't been to any events, for example, and I know Matt Lloyd's event specifically, and I was just thinking about the importance. You know, we've moved at record time. It had nothing to do with this event that's coming up. We moved at record time, not because of any particular reason except that it's just everybody needs traffic right now. So if we're going to start to talk about doing a traffic co-op, we better freaking get to work. That's why it's all come together so fast. Now, Matt's event's coming together. There's going to be 4 of us there, and I was thinking that people need to understand what this whole thing is while we want to keep the mystery going, but we have to have a unified message for the 4 people that are there and for the 21 people that aren't there. You know, what is the MOBE Brain Trust and what is our vision of it? And I just wanted to put out there what I see, and this is where in traditional business you wouldn't do this until you have a business plan, and you know, you're very secretive because you don't want people copying it, but I just don't see this being a bad thing, and I see a real advantage to us having an agreement on this before the event, as opposed to just being in formation and everybody, even us, wondering what's going on. So my idea is not original, and nothing so far that I'm doing is completely original, just a little creativity here and there, but what I see, and I've already communicated this kind of to in a couple of our sessions as well, which is, and I was starting to talk to Sam about this at the very beginning when it was just me and him. So how do we reconcile Sam and Sam's MOBE team and Sam's coaching organization with the future? See, we've got these 25 people, and in order to keep this, the mystique, and to keep the, you know, the power of having a brain trust to 25 people is a good number, maybe 25, it's between 20 and 30. I'm not stuck on any particular number, as you know, but we're not going to have everybody who we get into MOBE in the brain trust. So what does that mean? You know, do they have to go off and start their own? Do they have to go and find another leader that's more open, you know, because we're a closed group? Of course not. So what is the answer? So I was thinking about it, and I was thinking about all these creative solutions, and then I thought, wait a minute, why don't we just do what Matt Lloyd does? I mean, why don't we do what Dagan Smith does? In fact, there's not a better opportunity for doing licensing than to license, you know, the MOBE Brain Trust when people want to go and start their own, if they want to go and start their own. There's no better opportunity to you know, to do it together as a brain trust and co-op, to do them separately. So that's the licensing side of things, and we don't have to talk much more about the details. I just want to put that out there. And then there's the affiliate side of things, which is, you know, what I see is Matt Lloyd growing to $50 million next year with the 25 of us growing like we're going to be growing. We will account for $10 million of that $25 million. Well, how are we going to do that if it's only the 25 of us in the Brain Trust? Is there going to be 100 other groups of 25? No, it'll be the MOBE Brain Trust affiliate program where we can bring all of our people into this, and we can share. They won't be in the co-op, but we can help them with traffic strategies by being part of our affiliate program. They'll have access to all of, you know, what's working for us, and every now and then we'll do special co-ops for them. Maybe we'll grow our co-op, but the people that are in it right now will essentially be in an ownership position in some proportion to, you know, the vesting that you have, that we all have in the co-op right now. And that's about as far as I've gotten, but I would like to be able to just get feedback on that, and if you like that idea, then just to decide together as a management team how much of that we present to everybody tomorrow and how we present it, and what we have in place even for Friday when people are there. When, you know, if we have 50 or more people at the event like we should, people are going to know, because all of us are going to follow up with them, and they're going to be saying, you know, well, what is this? Who's this Rob Tepper? What's this MOBE Brain Trust? And we want to be able to say, hey, this is, not only do you have a coach through Matt Lloyd and his program, but because you came in through me, one of these 25 people can all say the same thing, that you're going to be part of this affiliate program, and we're going to hold your hand through this whole thing. And this is actually one of the things that Rob Harris, who's an outsider to internet marketing, likes the best about this whole thing is the fact that we will be able to essentially have our own sales training organization. When it comes right down to it, we're going to teach people how to make those $49 sales. We're going to hold their hand through the process. We're going to give them access to all the great stuff that the Brain Trust is doing. We're going to make them an affiliate of it, so it's kind of an honor for them. And that's it. I'll stop there. Any thoughts?
Why don't you unmute Sam? Sam already put another.
Sam says, I'll unmute him in a second, but Rob, Sam says, our vision is simply to produce great results for our members using our traffic strategies and Brain Trust. I agree, but when you say for our members, just, I don't know how long ago you wrote that, but I absolutely agree that 25 of us will be responsible for $10 million out of the $50 million or out of the $40 million in commissions, but that means that it's only because we're going to have extremely successful organizations, and you already got a vision of how you're going to do it, Sam. You could do it without us, but I'm talking about basically making it so that all of us can give that level of support to our teams, with or without going off and doing it on our own. If we want to do it on our own, perfect. We'd love to support you. We don't mind if you want to do it without our support. But that's kind of the two prongs to it, the license program for people that want to start their own Brain Trust and or co-ops and or the combination, and then the affiliate relationship for everybody who we get in and everybody who they get in, everybody who they get in. And we can teach the 21 steps ourselves for people who want it, or we can review. We can work one-on-one with people after the hours that the coach gives. So I want people to come to this event in San Diego, and for everybody who we build a relationship with, knowing not only do you get the 21 steps for $49, but you get the Brain Trust until you stop coming. We're not going to do everything one-on-one with you, but we're going to be able to support you in a way that at the growth that they're going, they'd love to do it too, and they probably can, but this will just give you one extra level of confidence that there's going to be the support for you that you need. Okay, now I'm going to unmute Sam. All right, it's all you. I'm going to mute you, Jeff. Go ahead, Sam.
Hi, Rob. Can you hear me okay?
Yes,
Hello.
Sir.
Okay, great. I love the way your brain works, Rob. It's as creative as mine in terms of doing things. So we're talking about the vision, are we? Or are we now going on to the future implications of the Brain Trust?
The vision and the future implications. So to me, I'm just wanted to present that all as one thing, just to throw it out there and see if you think that, first of all, if you have anything to add to it, if you think that we should be doing differently, that's number one. And then number two is how to present it to the 25 people, and are we ready to present it tomorrow, or should we wait?
Okay. So on the vision, like I said, I think the whole vision of the Brain Trust was to get together people who have gotten results and who are committed to just producing great results in terms of MOBE, getting them results that they're not getting themselves. And the ability of the Brain Trust is we're essentially a traffic mastermind for MOBE licensees, so we can help them just get results. So that's in essence the vision. Now, as you were talking, I just had this little tiny light bulb of they go through the MOBE sequence, the 21 steps. They get a self-traffic coach, and a lot of them are still floundering. This would be great as like a membership site or a continuity program where people pay $50, $60 just to be a part of the co-op. I think it's an extra service, extra money, but essentially we are doing the work for them. We're allocating their funds. We tell them exactly how it's going to be allocated, and this can be easily a $50 to $100 a month service, and it's all done for them. They say, I have $1,000 to spend. Here's my share. Put an extra $100 on top that will cover your management fees. And then we go to work and we get people results. And of course, we got to actually it's down to us over the next 3 months to actually prove those results. We got to say these are the results that we got, and that's where we can stand behind and say, you know what, we're charging $100. That's because you're getting 25 of the best minds in terms of traffic working on your traffic system. So you can go off and do the things you want to do. It's all done for you. Once we do the traffic, it then goes into the system, the sales team follows up, you get paid. Easy as that. Are you willing to pay $50 to $100 to get that peace of mind that it's all done for you? Or you can try to learn it yourself and flounder around. It's up to you.
I love it, and I think that $50, $100, 20% is a fine number for me, but we could have a minimum, and all of that would essentially go back into the Brain Trust and the co-op,
Yep.
and
Yeah.
use it for our growth.
Yeah.
I like the way you think.
I like the way you think as well.
Mutual Admiration Society. All right, let's see what Rob Harris
love
thinks.
in here.
I'm going to unmute Rob Harris, fresh and live out of New York, Westchester. I'm going to mute you, Sam.
Well, thank you for taking the socks out of my mouth. Finally, I've been really struggling to hold back.
I love having this power.
Anyway, I certainly love the model. I think it works. I see us as a real powerhouse sales organization, sales and marketing organization that if we do it right, the co-op will create enough value where somebody wouldn't think of being able to do it on their own and get the results they're looking for in the same speed at the very least, if not at all. So it's all about creating value and producing, and there's no reason why we can't have the management team share in the success in a different way, and also maybe plug them into something, just create enough value where they wouldn't even think about not being part of it.
There's
So
so many
I'm sure
great things that we can do and we're already doing, but like everybody said, it's all about now showing results. And 3 months is true. Oops, sorry about that. What I said is that, as you all said, it's all about showing results, and 3 months is a good time frame, but the truth is that, like it or not, we're going to be showing results in a week, and we're going through an 8K radio and a 5K media buying budget. Probably most of that will be media buying outside of Facebook because it's hard to spend that much money. Yes, we need results, and we're going to have results on MTTB also, and we're going to be putting some money into a Goliath next week, ready to go. One of the ones that Matt Lloyd uses, so we'll probably do a $10,000 deal there, which makes our life easy, and it makes everybody should be very, very happy with what we get out of that, and it'll be a great test. It's actually a bigger budget than Matt Lloyd has used with the same vendor. So good things like that. So 10 there, 5 for the event is 15, and then we've got some more that we'll put towards other MCTV, another whatever for. There are a few people that have reallocated some of their funds this month to radio instead of to the co-op, but it's fine. It'll work out. Everybody will get the clicks that they are looking to get for what they're supposed to get them for, and I'm going to work with Jeff on the accounting for that because it hopefully won't be that complicated. We might need to get a little bit of software development done by our friend Bullion, who is off in Hawaii this week. But otherwise, we're good to go. Yeah.
Rob, would it add any value for people after they go through the 21 days to, then come to San Diego to do a formal training with, a sales manager of sorts?
Well, I think that what we should be doing, one of, just something to think about, absolutely, we should have every month we can have an event in San Diego, and every other month we'll go to Perth, and we'll come to New York City every now and then. But really, all seriousness aside, I think that we should plan to spend an extra 3 to 4 days in Costa Rica with everybody, on our team, so we can have our first MOBE Brain Trust Mastermind meeting either before or after the Costa Rica event, and people can start planning for that now as a reason to be platinum, a reason to be there, and we've got feet on the ground to make that happen. Right here on the phone live with us tonight, Mr.
Rob,
Jeff Ackerman and Patrick Goodness.
Can you unmute those guys so I can talk with them? I have not even spoken to them yet.
They're hearing you, but if you want everybody to be, able to talk at the same time, I'll unmute everybody.
I want to hear what Jeff has to say.
I'm done speaking, so I'll unmute everybody, and I'll just mute myself. You can lead the conversation, Rob.
No. Actually, I got to pull out, but I just really want to hear from Jeff.
Okay. Well, I put a note in the box here. I think, Rob, if you could write a concise version of your vision and let us just look at it before the meeting tomorrow, I think you could present it. And I don't know if Sam's still on the phone, but he wrote I agree underneath what I wrote. So I think I like the idea. I like Sam's idea. I like your idea. And I think we should move forward with it. You couldn't stay muted, could you, Rob?
Look, flowers, look.
All right, I got to run, guys. So I'm going to say good night. Great meeting you guys.
Good night. Hello, hello. Hello. Look at that. Pretty.
Rob, are you there?
Just you and me, Jeff.
I'm sorry. I've been talking to myself. I muted myself before.
Ooh.
Now I'm hearing feedback from Sam.
Sorry.
No problem. So I am ready to call it a night. I heard everything that you guys said. I appreciate your support. I'm open to all ideas and suggestions. I'll prepare to present that in a way that is very simple on one page tomorrow with both of those two issues, and we'll record it. And the idea is that when people come to the San Diego event, that they know. And we're also going to have I'm going to have a reception. I'm assuming that it's going to be at least one person plus the 4 of us that are wearing the blue shirts. So we'll have a reception for at least one, but I'm optimistic that we'll get at least 50. Something that I don't know if I shared in our room or with one person individually, but I think I shared it together with the with the recording from last night. But the total that we're putting in is 13K, right? The 7 that everybody in the radio co-op is putting in, plus 1 that I'm putting in for radio, plus 5 that the online co-op is putting in, that a few people have chosen to opt out of. But together it's 13K. And if we just get 50 people to the event, then we get the 14K in gold. So that's our, I think that's our minimum target. If we get 50 people there, then we'll have to have a little budget to have some extra goodies for the reception. But we'll worry about that in a few days as we see how this thing is going. Anything else you guys want to talk about before I let you go?
Rob, I thought we had a management meeting tomorrow. Is that on or off?
That's what this is. Tomorrow is for everybody. This is management.
Okay, and that's tomorrow at 8 your time. I mean at 8 p.m. your time?
Yes.
Okay.
Are you on Eastern Standard, or are you an hour ahead of that?
No, I'm an hour ahead of you. I don't have daylight savings time, so it changes when you guys go on and off daylight savings time. But right now I'm Mountain Time.
Mountain Time?
Yeah, so it's 9 p.m. my time.
Oh, 9 p.m. Yeah, so it's 4 hours. Well, that's not Mountain Time. What mountains are you talking about?
You're talking about 8 p.m. Pacific time, right?
Yeah.
8 p.m. Pacific that's 9 p.m. Mountain Time.
Right now, what time is it where you are?
It's 6:22.
Where are you?
Costa Rica.
Oh my God! How could I'm so confused. Oh, that's right. I was thinking that Costa Rica was out in the Atlantic, but Costa Rica is down south. Interesting. Okay, so you're only. Wow, I was thinking that you were at least Eastern time, but you're just 1 hour and sometimes 2 hours. Got it.
Right.
Okay. So do you want to talk one-on-one now about the bookkeeping stuff, or you want to do it another time?
We can do it now if you want.
All right. So, Sam, you're welcome to stay or go. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just go through the people one-on-one, and we'll actually update this so that you can have the information you need. So let's do it by the contact list. Actually, I'm going to stop recording, right? We don't need to record this. All right, thank you, everybody. It's been wonderful. I hope that none of you were too bored. And this is only management team issues, so I probably won't even keep it posted. But it is here for the record on October 26, 2013. Now we're going to go off and figure out who owes what to whom. Bye.